Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Banished in New Cardiff. We're having a bit of fuel trouble, probably because we're building so many houses and people are stocking up on the fuel. So if we can get a little bit more in this house so people don't freeze to death and die, that would be fantastic. Thank you. Thank you very much. Alright, well this forest has grown out pretty nicely recently, so I do think it is high time that we build out some of the stuff we planned out a while ago, namely gatherers' huts and hunting cabins and stuff like that, you know. The works, some more of the vanilla methods of food production, more leather, more herbs, useful things. By the way, we have about 400 herbs here. Yeah. We have plenty of laborers, though, so it just means to me that we really need to get more food production and stuff going, because we're still having a little bit of trouble maintaining our food supplies. We also are having a little bit of trouble maintaining our wood supplies, so what we may want to do is actually go ahead and allow people to start cutting. Whoa, we have 3 people working here? Wait a minute. Did I really have that many? Oh, yeah, I did have 3 people planting trees as rapidly as possible. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and change that up. These forests are both, in pretty good shape. We'll have 2 foresters in each area, able to plant and to cut. Why are you not automatically assigning? 1, 2, 3, 4. There should have been 2 people there, but for some reason it wasn't doing it. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want it to be. Okay. So we'll start chopping down some trees. Ali the Hunter died of old age. We're finally getting to the point of the game where people are going to start dying of old age. Tragic, really. We probably could afford to build a new house, right? It wouldn't be so bad. Alright, go to the key. Docks, buildings, houses. This time we're not going to build a little shack, though. We're going to build a proper home. A little dock home. It's placed right here. There we go. And the water scavenger is done, which means we can hire another dredger. Get some more pearls, get some more crayfish and stuff like that, you know. Now, these don't have a radius around them, so I don't think there's any penalty to putting a whole bunch of them next to each other if you want to. And if that's the case, then several water scavengers in a row are probably going to be more effective than a hunting cabin or anything like that if you're looking for food production. Certainly an option. 40 lumber right now. Still using up a lot of our logs to do it, though. I guess we should go ahead and tell some of our laborers to start clearing out even more trees. We need the wood. We need all of the woods. Doop-a-doop-doop. Chop it all down. Get me resources. Hunting cabin is done. That means we need to get some more people. And I closed down my professions tab. It's so frustrating when I do that. Alright. Hunters. 1, 2... Do you want to have 3 people working on it? They're not very good for food. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to set this to being 2. I'm going to set the other one just being 2 people as well. We'll keep an eye on our leather production, and if we're having some trouble with that, then we'll set them back up to 3. But for now, it just seems like 3 people just isn't efficient. We might be overkilling it a little bit. 2 hunters per cabin should be reasonable. Let's set up another gatherer's hut, have our builders continue doing something useful. Still have a few laborers, and I always love to have a few laborers on hand. It's always very nice having people who are able to quickly move around resources and gather more stuff up from the surface. You know, good in a pinch. And also, one thing that's really important in the base game of Banished is if your teacher dies, you're going to want to have a laborer on hand at all times to replace that person, because if at any point you stop working the schoolhouse, then all of the current students will become laborers, and they will not be educated. You'll have wasted all the time with them being students. So you want to have a teacher available at all times, no exceptions. If someone dies, have a laborer on hand to replace them immediately. Always, always have at least 1 laborer. That's basically what that means. I know it seems a little bit weird, but it's true. Can you please finish this dock home? We've been just sitting around 98-99% for a while. There we go, thank you. Alright, Talonso and Amantha. Congratulations. You now have real estate. Okay. Reserve of food is once again getting a little bit on the lower side, but we're about to finish up some gatherers' huts. We'll have more people go out there working. For the same sort of reasons that I think that the hunting cabin might be a little bit overkill with 3 people each. You probably only need 3 people for the gatherer instead of 4, but I don't know. For now, since we have the extra labor, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we only want to assign 3 people to each gatherer's hut. In fact, yeah, I think we actually do want to do that. Let's go ahead and remove one of them. Close that down, thank you. Alright, how are we looking as far as our lumber? Pretty good, almost up to 60. 75. Let's go ahead and turn this off. No work. No wood cutting. Let's finally build our central market. And this is where we're going to start gathering up all of our resources and pooling them in one central location. Centralization! It's the name of the game. It can also be a little bit of a pain. You know, sometimes if you centralize a little bit too early, if people are too spread out, then the market becomes even more inefficient. But since we have so many residences and businesses relatively close by, I don't think it's going to be so bad. Also, it's just going to look, it's going to look kind of cool finally having this thing done, you know? At least I think it will. Doop-a-doop-doop-doop-doo, doo-ba-doo-ba-doo, 97, 98, 99, done! And now we have a colonial market. Now, of course, we need to hire some people to work it. Same sort of way that you would have the trader. You need somebody to gather up the resources to trade in the first place. We need to gather up some vendors. So I'm going to go ahead and put 2 people as vendors for the time being. They're going to go around gathering up resources from all the nearby storage areas within the radius and bringing them to the market. As you can already see, we have clay, firewood, and some iron ore being placed in here. And now, the people who live here don't have to go to the storage barns. They can just go to the market and get whatever they need. Tools and stuff. You know? It's pretty cool. It's functional. Alright. So we never did build a second shore house. Should we go ahead and do that? Let's go ahead and plan one out at the very least. Can we place it over here? Ah, so close, but no cigar. Place you like this? This we can... Nope, can't do that either. This freaking shoreline is just annoying enough. Can't do it over there. Certainly place a couple over here if we had to. Oh, that sucks. Look at this. We're just like one tile off on both of these. But if we did something like this, we could do it. That's not so bad. Alright, we'll place another shore house over there. Don't need this many builders. We have more laborers coming of age, of course. So far, enough population that we're not screwing up any of our houses anymore. How much food are we producing down over here? Just a few hundred, but it hasn't been open for very long. And the barn, you can see here that even though we are storing fish in this barn, because we have a market, our vendors are going to rapidly come over here and gather the fish and then bring it over here. And these are the inventory. Lots of stuff. Lots of food, lots of tools, coats, ore, lumber, salt. We have salt. Where'd we get salt? Well, actually, no, but it's there. If and we wanted it. Did we finish up with the gatherer's hut over here? Yes, we did. Alright, let's place some more of those. We'll set this down to 3. Get a couple more people. So now we have 6 people gathering fish. Oh, sorry, not gathering fish. Gathering roots and stuff like that. We'll go ahead and unpause the herbalist as well and just build it. Whether we choose to use it or not, maybe a different issue. But it will certainly be effective for the time being. What else do we need to do right now? I mean, we're still progressing pretty well. I just need more stone, more wood, more of everything, really. Blacksmith and tailor are kind of working around the clock. Let's go ahead and increase their limit. Up to about 40 of each, I think. Yeah, there we go. 40. Simply because we have about that many adults now. Still having trouble with food, though. It's all about the frickin' food. Alright, let's have some fun and do something different for food. Let us place an apiary. We haven't done one of these yet. We're going to be beekeeping. Beekeeping's pretty good. Not only does it get you some food, but eventually it also gets you some wax and stuff. You can try turning into candles and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Who doesn't like beekeeping? It's not actually worth a ton of food, but it's worth something. Of course, I'm actually not sure if apiaries are less effective in harsh weather environments. That actually would make a little bit of sense, but I don't know. It's a good question. A question I do not know the answer to. Let's see. Everything's looking pretty decent over here. Have room for more vendors, but I don't think we need that many vendors, honestly. Mussels, oysters. A new merchant has arrived. What do you bring? Stone and coke fuel. Fuel could be pretty useful, and honestly, at 3 each, that's not even that bad. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy all of it. And you know what? Because stone can be kind of hard to come by sometimes, I'm just going to go ahead and buy this too. 33. And in order to make this work, we have to trade some herbs of equal value. So stone is worth 7, just value. Coke fuel is worth 3. I'm kind of surprised that coke fuel is worth so little, considering it's pretty highly refined, but alright. With 4 value herbs, we have to match 531, or at least pretty close to it. So that's a little bit too much. Let's do about, what was it, 130? A little too little. If we do about 133, though, we'll be overpaying by 1 unit, but otherwise, not so bad. I accept your trade, sir. Thank you for your stone and coke fuel. Get out of here. Let's assign a trader so someone can be working this thing. And now we'll stock back up on herbs, back up to our 200 desired limit. I really wish that this stuff would tell you what the value is of some different resources. I've seen some suggestions that things like duck meat and stuff like that could be worth a lot, actually, but fuel is, at least it used to be worth a fairly good chunk. Lots of charcoal and stuff like that could be worth a lot of trade value. At least I think it used to be. Unless I'm misremembering, which, you know, could be. Let's dig some more clay out, and let's get another shore person. Let's see. Shoreman. Not shore person, shoreman. Okay. This apiary is done. We need a beekeeper. There we go. It won't generate a lot of food, but it's worth something. Just a little bit of food, a little bit of wax. Cool stuff, really. Let's go ahead and turn off that central market. I don't think we need it anymore. There's a mine over here. We could build out things like cemeteries and so on, but because we're having so much trouble with stone, I'm sorely tempted to go ahead and build some sort of a quarry. At least for now. Let's see. Let's go to resource production, see what our options are here. So we have a mine, which is good if you want to get iron and coal. Copper ore mine shaft, tin ore mine shafts, salt and stone mine. So it's a little thing like this. There actually used to be a much bigger quarry. Yeah, that's a big honking quarry there. Now it says that, at least for some of these, upgraded versions allow the ground to be reclaimed when removed. Which is, you know, good. I would like that. Helps beautify the city a little bit. Let's place a stone and salt mine, so we can gather stone and stuff a little bit more reliably. We've been having some trouble with that. We're doing okay on logs for the moment, but we're still not getting quite enough food. And a lot of that is really my own fault, because I am pretty aggressively expanding, right? I've been building a lot of housing. I've been trying to get a lot of population. But of course, as you are doing that, well, yeah, you need more food for every single house. More children, more mouths to feed. Overexpansion can be pretty dangerous if you're not careful. What I really want are some seeds. Either sheep... Whoa! What happened to the weather? That was an instantaneous melting there. Huh, okay, cool. What I would like is to get some sheep or some seeds. Some sort of farming, some sort of livestock. Yeah. I think that could be pretty useful for increasing our sustainability a little bit. But, not sure we're going to get that right away. Is there anything else we want to be building right now? Can't build a tavern without the building supplies. We could start working on the town hall, but it does take a lot of lumber. Was the other town hall cheaper? Kind of curious. Hang on. Colonial Hall. No. Colonial Hall requires a lot of building supplies, which we cannot make yet. Town Arrival. This is the cheap version of the town hall, basically. Shows census data and stuff like that. Our happiness is starting to dip a little bit for our citizens. Not by a lot, but a little tiny bit. We could certainly start working on the old church. It would require a lot of resources, but you know what? We should have a church. A central place of worship is pretty much a prerequisite for almost any civilization, yeah? And I'm sure the Welsh miss their... Well, I actually don't know which denomination the Welsh would have been. Do they follow the Church of England, or would they have been kind of like the Irish and, you know, gone for the Catholic route? I don't know. There's a lot of stone over here. Let's go ahead and gather a lot of that stuff up. Okay, less builders there. We have our stone and salt mine ready to go. Mine out either stone or salt. If we assign people here, they'll just keep working indefinitely. So, what are they? What's this? Doesn't look like a miner. No, something else. Stone cutters. Alright, let's go ahead and assign some stone cutters then. Get some stone, and as we get more stone, I will upgrade these houses, and we'll use up less wood for firewood. Fuel. Stuff. Yeah, it'll be good. Alright. Doing a little bit better on food. We have more people becoming adults, of course. Because you always need more. We're using up every bit of stone we have right now in this church. Need about 50 more. We definitely need to consider building out some more houses pretty soon, though. Again, just because we got an aging population and we're not making room for all the new people. How's the market doing? About 24% full right now. It's got a lot of stuff in it. We got some honey. There's some food. Told ya. It's cool. We got wax? No, apparently not. Beeswax. Click on here. So far this season has only produced honey, but it does have some beeswax on the horizon. Cool. Well, if we want to make some candles and start selling those as a trade good, that would certainly be an option for us at some point. Still need more frickin' stone, though. Always need more frickin' stone. Some stone right here, but until we build the mine, it doesn't want to access it. Let's just go ahead and start clearing out this area. Now, mines are not too bad. The idea of getting some iron, some coal, and stuff like that's pretty good. Coal is fuel, of course. I think you can even use coal to heat up households if you want to. Lasts a heck of a lot longer than firewood, let me tell you. Frees up a building resource. It's not so bad, really. We're stocked up on herbs. Let's go ahead and upgrade to 300. Anything else we really want to trade? You know, one thing we could do is just have, like, one of everything. And what will happen with this is this will be a way for me to find out what the value is of all these things that I am contemplating selling. Not lumber. I'm never going to sell lumber. Or iron ore. Honey. Fish. Feathers. Duck meat, not coke fuel. Bone meal. Beeswax. And so on and so forth until the end of frickin' time. Eggs. Where do we get eggs? We don't have any chickens. Firewood also used to be a really good trading resource. You could farm up a lot of wood pretty easily. And it was a pretty decent value, so ultimately ended up working pretty well. Iron tools? Heck no. We don't even have any of those right now. Wait, how do we have iron tools? How do we have iron? No, I don't think we have those. I'm gonna leave those alone. Mushrooms. Kind of curious how the pearls work. Of course, if we could refine these into jewelry, perhaps that would be a lot better. Whoops. There we go. Still apparently we have some rice. Okay. We have our rough tools. We have our seaweed. We have our venison. There we go. Just so that I can find out what the value is of all of those goods. There are some websites available where you're able to check that kind of stuff. People have already done that research. Pretty useful. Yeah, this material seller isn't doing a lot for me at this point. It stores a little bit of clay, but because our market just takes it right away, it doesn't stay there for very long, but ah well. It's no big deal. Do we want to be producing some more lumber, or do we want to move on to a new tech industry? Still out of stone. Freaking heck. Because we only have 2 laborers, that's part of the problem. We're making it work. We're producing more stone. I want to build up the church. Gosh dang it. I want to have a nice, beautiful church. And I built the old church because it's got a really cool model. It's not the cheapest, probably not even the most effective, but it looks awesome. Looks like some of the old town Methodist churches and stuff you find in some of the old Virginia towns that I live in. Pretty cool. Beautiful architecture. I've always respected that kind of stuff. Church has got some pretty cool art back in the day. Yeah, let's just go ahead and build the road out a little bit over here as well. Whoops, that's the wrong kind of road, isn't it? Yeah, just a dirt road, please. That's dirt? Where's this? I feel like I'm building a soil road. Hey! Huh. It's like they changed the model of this or something. What have I been building before? No. No. I don't know. I don't like this road. I like things to look the same. I know it's kind of a dumb thing to be focusing my attention on, but it bothers me. It does. Earnestly. Yeah, that looks more like what I was expecting. Guess I just clicked on the wrong type. Alright, do we have enough stone yet? 96? Where are you guys putting all the stone? I know you guys are producing some. Only 62, but I know you've been getting some. I've been watching it happen. Where's it going? Should be going to the church. Ah, frustrating. How are we doing on food production in the Gatherer's Hut? Doing okay. Herbalists, we are producing some herbs. So I guess it's considered an old enough forest that it works. More people, of course, coming of age. And the church is under construction. There we go. Look at it. When it is done, it shall be amazing. And we can have a cleric and it'll provide happiness for everybody. It's not exactly the most important job. It's not like it's useful for your survival or anything, but it looks cool. And half of this game, to me at least, is making things look cool. That's why you go for the Colonial Charter mod pack. Because I got so many cool themed stuff. Alright, merchant has arrived. What do you provide today? Sunflower seeds. If we wanted to build some, get some sunflowers, we could do that. 4,000 though. That is a lot. Pearls apparently are worth 10 value. It's not as much as I was hoping for. Do you have anything that's like super valuable that I'm not thinking of? Bone meal, feathers, herbs, hide coats. Hide coats are worth a lot to me, honestly. Stone and stuff. I mean, I would love to build sunflowers, but 4,000 is pretty expensive. It's really expensive, in fact. I'm not sure I can really justify it at the moment. Now, one trick you could use, if you don't ever want the trader to leave, you could just pin this, and as long as you never close this thing down, he'll never leave. He's trapped there forever. So we could do that. If we really want to get sunflowers, we could just leave this open indefinitely. I mean, it feels a little bit cruel. Wait. We'll pay you later. Hang on. We're interested. Don't go anywhere. Seriously, I have a family back home. I need to sell some goods, and I need to get a move on. No. Just wait a little bit longer. I promise. We'll just keep that going for forever. All right. Can we have a priest or something? What do you need? Yeah, some sort of a cleric. Let's see. There you are. You have a cleric. 59 members of the old church. And if I don't say so, well, if I do say so, it's freaking awesome. Look at that. And all we have to do now is build a cemetery in the back, and it will be complete. Let's go ahead and start working on that next. Okay, still have 4 laborers. Need to get more houses and stuff like that, but we're using up every bit of stone, unfortunately. And these people just aren't able to work quite as quickly as I need them to. A deep stone and salt mine. Significantly more resource production requires candles because people have to go deep underground. Eee. It's kind of cool. Also kind of creepy. Are we not going to mine out any of this stone? Did I not? Yeah, I did. I told you guys to do this. Yeah, it's just because we don't have enough laborers. Well, now we do. Now that we're finished building some more stuff. Let's go ahead and increase our log limit. Just keep going indefinitely, okay? Don't ever stop. Do not ever stop making logs. We have 2,000 food now, so now that we're not building so many houses so rapidly, we're actually able to stockpile a little bit. Let's make sure we have 5,000 food limit right now. That's reasonable enough. All we really need is a bit more fuel and a heck of a lot more stone. A heck of a lot more stone. That's what's holding me up right now. Well, it looks like we finally were able to deliver enough for the cemetery, but Chauncey the Forester died of old age just before we could get a tombstone for him. Oh, if only you could have held out for a couple more weeks, man. You would have been good to go. You could have had our first tombstone. You would have been the first at something, Chauncey. Besides stealing houses and taking some students with you. Like a weird person. Why would you do that? I don't know. But, oh well, you lose out. Somebody else will get your place. I actually do kind of like cemeteries. They look cool. Not just in the game, but also in real life. I think there's something kind of strangely haunting and beautiful about them. This can hold 50 graves, so as 50 people die, we'll fill it up over time. And basically the purpose of graves is when people die, it reduces the happiness of everyone around them. They kind of grieve. If you give them a place to bury their dead and remember them, well, it's not as much of a penalty. In fact, it's almost unnoticeable. So yeah, that's usually a pretty good thing to do. Let's go ahead and build out another house. Could use a little bit more expansion, I think. We are getting capped out on materials here, so let's go ahead and increase the limit so people keep working and getting more clay. I do think that we should start looking to get some brickworks going. Where do we want to place that, though? That is a good question. I'm try placing the brickwork somewhere over here, I suppose. How big are they? Let's actually take a look at that. Refined resources, lumber, construction, is that what we want? Brickworks. Using a furnace to the brickworks creates hot, blasted-shaped bricks for advanced buildings. Now, I think that these need fuel, and we don't have a lot of fuel except for the coke. Let's go ahead and work this again. Get some lumber. We're going to need that stuff. Yeah, maybe we want to start getting some fuel first instead. Now, there are a few different ways of doing that, of course. We could bundle up some reeds and logs and stuff and then just burn it down into charcoal. We could have a fuel refinery. Or a small fuel refinery. Tiny little thing here. Fuel refineries, I would imagine, get quite hot, but we can place it right next to the school, and I'm sure the children wouldn't be too offended by it, right? Let's build a fuel refinery. Yeah, it's a little bit larger than what we need right now. The small one would probably be better and cheaper. But hey, why go for small when you can afford to go for big, right? That way you never need it again. Let's get another herbalist. And let's reduce the work limit down there. Nope. There we go. And even though we had nobody working here, we actually were collecting a few herbs. Huh. Interesting. But yeah, since herbs are probably our easiest gathered trade material, we'll just gather up a whole bunch of those. If we go to the inventory here, increase this up to about 400, that would be fine. We need 1,000 though. 1,000 freaking herbs. And then we can plant sunflowers. I'm gonna do it, one way or another. I'm stubborn like that. But today, I think we are done. And we'll move on to something else. So thank you all very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed. If so, then be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I, as always, will see you guys next time in New Cardiff. Bye-bye.